computer. That's freaking loud. All right, is it recording? All right, here we go. Hey everyone, welcome back to Stay in Touch podcast. This is your host, Joseph, and today I'm joined by three of my good friends from school. We're here with Sam, Ella, and Jay. How y'all
Hello.
doing?
Hello.
Can
How are
we,
y'all?
we just do like a quick round of like intros? We'll start with Sam because he's right next to me on this video screen.
Okay. Hello, guys. I'm Sam Han. I'm from Maine, and then I went to Emory University and recently graduated. And I'm in Atlanta.
Hey.
Should I go next?
Yeah, Ella, go ahead.
Hi, everyone. I'm Ella. I also just graduated in 2020. I am from San Francisco, and I'm actually going to be staying here post-graduation. So yeah,
West Coast, best
good
coast.
to be here, honestly.
Hey guys, I'm Jay. I went to school with Joe as well at Emory. I currently live in Jacksonville, but am desperate to get back to Atlanta. But yeah,
Jay, you graduated a year before.
yeah, I
Ella,
graduated 2019. Yeah,
right?
2019. Yeah.
Yeah. All three of us actually know each other from like one common ground, I guess. Our family group, my
Oh
freshman year,
yeah.
right? We're all in
Mm.
Horizon together. And,
Horizon.
I kind of forgot about that we all met through Horizon. Dang.
it's a while ago.
Yeah,
That was
very
2 years ago?
unexpected friend group.
Uh-huh.
That's
3 years ago, 2.5 years ago, because it was
Yeah.
like
I was
Yeah.
a sophomore.
It was 2018 at least when I joined.
Oh, 2 years ago then.
It's
Yeah.
fall
wow.
2017, because that's when I graduated high school, right?
Fall 20. Oh, that's 3 years ago.
Dang, that is 3 years.
Shit.
Shit.
Dang, time flies. We're so old now.
I'm telling you, I'm 23, man. Jay, how old are you?
I'll actually be 24 next week.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
Happy early
all
birthday,
right. Your
Jay.
birthday's in October.
Yeah,
Happy birthday, Jay.
Thank you.
I almost usually forget my friend's birthday, so I'll say it now. Happy early birthday.
Thank you.
Dude, yeah, it's hard without Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
It's hard to know unless they're like super close to you.
October 1st,
You're like-
September 17th, May 23rd.
All right, Jay. We know.
Wow.
That was like his
I'm actually
talent.
very honored. I have all your birthdays saved on my Google Calendar, so I don't even need Facebook. So that's how much you guys mean to me.
Yeah, but you
Oh.
forgot how old we turned for both me
Okay,
and
that's
Sam.
that's irrelevant. I just need to wish you happy birthday every year.
Wait, you have it on your calendar? That's pretty. Wow,
hmm
It's
that's
okay.
commendable.
Ella, what's your birthday again? I forgot even when Jay just said it.
May 23rd.
Okay, May 23rd.
Rude.
Yeah, that's far as hell. I don't know if I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Wait, when is yours, Joe?
This is September 17th. That was last month.
Oh yeah, no, I wish you had a birthday.
Mhm.
Oh dang, so you're 22 now.
I'm 22 now.
That's like the
That's
age when you feel like you're getting just old. Like after 21, once I turn 22, I'm like, what do I have to look forward to now?
Thanks, Jay. I appreciate that.
So, but it's cool. I like being old.
No,
Really?
I definitely don't feel 22.
Yeah, me neither. I still feel like I'm 18.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of feel that. It's like this paradox where it's like I feel young, but at the same time pretty old.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And time only gets faster too, the older you get, because you have more of your past to kind of reflect back on.
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
I
it's
feel like
already
not really-
October.
Yeah.
Dude, 2020 fucking flew is crazy. Like, we've been sitting in this pandemic for so long now.
Mm.
It's been half a year, right? Since
Yeah. A little over.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
7 months.
Like for
Is it-
school, we have like a month and a half left of school
But-
semester already.
Oh, because you guys get out in November. Like,
Yeah, we get out in terms of classes, we end right
Uh-huh.
before Thanksgiving. And then we have a few weeks
Oh.
of break before taking the finals in December. But yeah, classes month and a half left. It's halfway over already, which is wild. I have not done half amount of semesters worth of work, but it is what it is.
How do finals
you-
work now? Is it the same as last time or like last semester?
Honestly, Ella, you're asking the wrong person.
Oh, okay.
I,
Never mind.
I'm assuming it's. I mean, even last semester, I wasn't sure, right? Because I was taking pro classes.
Oh
wasn't
yeah,
I
I
was
forgot.
taking study abroad classes. So
Mm.
we'll see. I heard from a friend today that at least graduation they're trying to make it in person, which is nice.
Mhm.
So hopefully Sam can stop by, wish me happy grad.
Dude, I will. Wait, so are you like degree wise, are you like done almost? Is that why you're kind of chilling?
Did I say I'm chilling? What do you mean? I mean, yeah, I'm
Oh,
I'm not behind to getting a degree in four
okay.
years. Yeah, I'll
So
graduate
you're
on
like
time.
nice. So
Yeah.
what are your plans?
My plans, I actually want to stay in California, preferably in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Mm.
Um, like it's not that I'm not open to working in other cities. I just want to stay in LA for at least a year until my significant other graduates college, and then we'll see what happens after. I really want to try exploring other cities though. So I want to try working in Chicago, like Seattle. I think San Francisco will be fun, New York, maybe even like Austin. Like I have these like cities in mind, but as of like
Mhm.
immediately after grad, I'll stay in Los Angeles.
You should be a
Mhm.
consultant. You can travel to all those places without
That's true.
actually moving there.
That's true.
Wink.
Maybe I should apply for some. I have no previous consulting experience.
You don't need it.
What field are you trying to get into?
I'm trying to break into the tech industry,
Okay.
specifically product management. But it's a very Ella kind of knows this. No one really pursues tech, much less product management at Goizera.
Mhm.
I'm like one of maybe 3 kids who are interested in that field, and so yeah, everyone's fucking IB consulting or accounting. So
Mhm.
we'll see
It
how
So
it
kind of
goes.
sucks how they pigeonholed us into like those fields. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's so many more opportunities out there, but we
Mhm.
just don't know about it.
So wait, Grace Yella, did you do tech, right? You're a technical consultant, right?
Yes.
Right.
I wait, what? Sorry, what was
But
your
like, what
question?
was your like? You went to the business school. Like, what was your mate? Like, how did you break into that industry with like a business degree?
Well, I was double concentrating in information systems as well as
Mm-hmm.
consulting. So I guess I'm not really super technical. It's more of information systems and it's kind of like soft tech if you think about it. Like if you ask me to code anything right now, I would not.
Oh,
Like for my life, I would not
no,
be
don't
able
worry.
to.
Look, I was a computer science. That was my major for 2 years at Emory, and horrible. And like,
Oh,
I feel like
sorry.
it's like some people either have it or they don't. Like, I know some people that were like really, really smart that just took the class just for fun or
Yeah.
just
Mhm.
like extracurricular, but they were failing every single quiz. And these were like smart kids. So I
Yeah.
understand.
Joe took comp sci, right?
I
Freshman
took
year.
I took 170 or 171, and
Hmm.
I mean even 170 I was dying. Like that was my first semester college class, and I got a D plus, right? And I was like kind of going in expecting to be a CS major, and I was like, what the hell? And then the year after, I realized like, oh, I only need like 4 more CS classes for a CS minor, and so I decided to take 171, which was much worse, a lot more
Mm.
work, and yeah, I think I got a C in there. And then I was like, okay, fine, okay, you convinced me. I'll drop it. So I haven't taken a CS class since then.
Hmm.
Good
But
call.
yeah. But you three have graduated college, right?
Yeah.
Fairly recently, and you've been working, in the real adult life for some time now. So I wanted to kind of go around the table and hear your thoughts on what that's been like compared to college life, and how working virtually, remotely, has affected that experience of adulting. So since Jay has the most experience and he graduated the earliest, if you can share some of your background and experience with that.
Okay, so I work in banking right now, but I work more so like an anti-financial crime,
Mhm.
and I feel like it's pretty chill. Well, what was your question? Your first question was like, how is it like being out of
Yeah, how's it
college?
like being out of college? Just,
Okay,
yeah.
I do the things I do kind of miss it when I actually thought about this. The main thing I missed really was just playing basketball. I really enjoy
Mhm.
that. Like I used to play basketball at least 4 times a week,
Mhm.
and just like hanging out with my friends. But I don't actually miss taking the classes, if that makes sense. But I just miss having access and proximity to like my friends and stuff like that.
So it's more like the community you miss of the people.
Yeah, yeah.
Gotcha.
And I just feel like in adult life, it's a little bit, yeah, it could be a little bit harder to meet people.
Hmm.
but I mean, it's what you put into it though. Like you could still do it, but you have to put like a lot more effort versus like someone just being in a class and you just work in the same group and then you talk and get to know each other and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So the social aspect is definitely different, but I think it's definitely doable if you're like an outgoing person. And as far as working from home, I love it. I can't complain about that. It just allows me to be more flexible with my time and just enjoy the day better, because when you're just stuck in an office all day, it gets really exhausting and you just
Right.
want to just feel trapped. But it also motivated me to work harder on my side hustle, which is my business. I have a skincare line as well.
Right.
And so so as far as that, just balancing that, it's been pretty simple. Like, I had to put like a lot of effort and like be really disciplined with my like the timing and stuff like that. But it's definitely really doable. Like I work on it like every day after work.
Love that you're putting in the side hustle after your work hours.
Mm-hmm.
And seeing from Ella and Sam's kind of nods, I feel like there's a consensus there that like the community aspect of college is what you miss the most. Is that true?
100%. And it's been kind of tough because I feel like my main friend group, like we're all scattered all across the US and
Mhm.
even like outside of the US. So it's kind of been hard. Like, I don't know, everyone says like you kind of have like post-college depression. And it kind of hit me like the first few months, realizing that, okay, like it was summer, but this was like my last summer.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can definitely agree with you, Jay. Like I miss being like across the hall to the people that I was closest to. Not saying that living with family is like awful, but yeah.
Doesn't it kind of feel like high school again?
Yeah.
For me, it's like because I've been living with my parents for like the past 6-7 months, and I'm like, man, like I love my parents, but at the same time, they really test me too. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly why I left. Back to ATL. Like they're
Yes.
great and stuff, but
Mhm.
what I realized was that just staying at home felt way too comfortable. Like
Right.
food is there for me.
Mm-hmm.
Thank thank you, mom. And like there's a car, there's a place to sleep. I don't need to worry about rent or anything. Like it felt like high school, literally. And at first I was like, I love that. I love the shit out of it. I was like, oh, this is amazing.
Yeah.
But then after a certain point, I was like, fuck, like I kind of felt like worried that if I continue to be like this, I'm gonna get used to it.
Mhm.
And I feel like as a person who just graduated college, that should not be the case, at least for me. I felt like
Right.
I would get stuck because knowing
So nice.
myself, yeah, knowing myself, I can totally see myself just sticking with the status quo and just
Right.
like not pushing myself, be like, oh, like I'm here. It's great here. Why would I need to push myself?
Was it the free
So
housing, like the free food? What was it?
everything, like my, you know, just everything was there for me
Mm.
to a point where, like you said, Joe, like I felt like I was in high school and I thought it was great at first, but then I realized like I don't think in the long run this would be good for me.
Mhm.
And so, I told my parents, like, especially my dad, I had a long talk with him because at first he didn't agree with it. He was like, why would you leave if you know, if you don't need to pay rent here,
Yeah.
don't need to pay for food or anything. And I just told him, like, I think mentally being somewhere by myself and like paying rent and doing all those adult things would put me in the right place mentally to just like know, like to just, go wherever my career goes or whatever. And so I talked to my dad about it and he agreed. And then I came here, but adulting is such a pain in the ass, man. Like it's not necessarily hard. That's not the thing. It's not that it's hard. It's just so fucking tedious, right? Like
But
renting, buying a car, like all that shit. Like it's pretty simple in theory. It's just that it's so fucking tedious because guess what? People are terrible at their jobs. Can I just say, oh my God, this is gonna turn into a rant session,
Let's do
but oh
it.
my God, like I think the biggest thing that I've realized, and I talked to other people, and even my dad agreed, was like the biggest thing you learn as an adult is how incompetent people are. And so that's the biggest thing I've learned. They're just people have no fucking idea what they're doing.
Give us an example.
And I think that's just
the most outrageous moment.
I think that's
that-
yeah. Like, I mean, it's not that dramatic, but like when I was figuring out my car situation, like buying a car and then like getting it registered and all that, I bought the car in July, but I still don't have a license plate because I guess because of COVID and stuff, but then like DMV is already shitty. And every time I
hate that
call,
place.
they're like, they just don't know what they're doing. Like they're just confused and I have to talk them through it.
If they
And
re-explain
it's
the
just terrible.
situation.
It's terrible.
I see.
You know, at the
Huh?
DMV, those places in
Yeah, no,
particular, it seems like the workers always have like a bad attitude problem. Is that what you experienced?
right. I mean, I understand. I mean, at one point I had to go in person because I had to get my license, my Georgian license, and you can't do that online.
Mhm.
And they're just so rude. And I get it. I get it. Like if I'm working 8 hours a day treating customers and they're shitty to you, I get it. But like, doesn't mean that you have to be shitty to people that are decent or nice people.
Yeah.
So,
Not to say everybody there.
but yeah, but like socially, yeah, I definitely miss that. And I think it's 2 times worse because it's COVID.
Mm.
And
Mhm.
before COVID, I was all my friends were staying in Atlanta, either because they're still in school or because they just want to work here or just they want to stay here. But no one's here, dude. No one's here.
Who do you live with, right? Don't you have roommates?
Yeah, I live with 2 friends of mine that I knew from Emory.
Mm-hmm. How's that? Do y'all live in a house or an apartment?
We've been roommates. We live in an apartment.
Oh, okay. Could look like a house. I'm asking because I don't have any roommates. I just want to know, like, how is it like? Do you prefer having roommates? Like, is it fun?
Like then having, let's say, like a single, like a studio apartment.
Well, not a studio, but just like because I don't live in a studio. I have my own apartment, but I kind of wonder like how is it like living with other people?
I mean, I feel like a studio would definitely be nice. I thought about getting a studio or like a single apartment, but then
Mhm.
first I can't afford it. It's pretty expensive. And two, I think it's nice to have people here, especially during COVID when you can't really see a lot of people.
Mhm.
The fact that you come back home and there's like people around you, I think that feels kind of nice.
I feel like the feeling is pretty
Yeah.
similar to, because we all lived at Claremont, during our upperclassmen years. And I feel like that's pretty similar to living in an apartment of your own.
Dude, Claremont is a godsend. That's one
Claremont
thing
is
I
nice.
learned. That's one thing I learned. Like, I realized how convenient it is. So,
Mhm.
Dude, I got to live at Claremont for just one semester. That's one thing I'm sad about.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, abroad.
Yeah.
You went abroad.
But oh well. If you can go back to school, right, and do one thing differently, right, what would it be? And why, I guess?
I know. I would have my freshman year. I would have gotten my shit together, and I would have known. Can we curse? Sorry.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, I would. My biggest mistake was I knew what I wanted to major, and I had like a few options, but let's just say okay, I did like pre-med, computer science, economics, and pre-business. I did all 4 of those things, and I couldn't like decide until like literally it was almost too late. So I was going through with all these majors, and I was doing really bad at them. But I kept trying to persevere and say, I'll do better now, I'll do better later. And that's what I ended up doing with computer science. Like I try to persevere and just try harder and get a job. And then it got to the point where, okay, I'm not even eligible to graduate with this major now. So, and this was second semester of my junior year. So right when I joined you guys, that's when I declared a new major. So I
Wow.
would have definitely like knew my major earlier and just because yeah, definitely. And study abroad.
I mean, but that's like part of the process, right? You're going through a bunch of different things, you're learning what you like, and then you finally decided on one. So I don't think it's all a bad thing.
Yeah, but you really want to decide before your junior year. Like
Gotcha.
because like computer science, it didn't allow me to study abroad, but the major I have now did, and that's something I wish I could have done.
Makes sense. How about you, Ella? What's something that you could have done differently, you feel?
I think for me, it would kind of be like sort of the opposite, Jay, because I feel like I put a lot of pressure on myself in college, especially with like recruiting and like classes and everything. Like I tried to just do everything, especially the first 2 years of college. I tried to be as like in as many clubs as possible to be or meet as many groups as possible.
You're in so many clubs. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
And yeah, and I think what I would tell my freshman or sophomore self is just to take a breather and enjoy college. Yeah, because it's going to be the best 4 years of your life. And it still was, but I felt like I would have enjoyed it more if I didn't constantly compare myself to other people. If I constantly, if I didn't, if I don't know, I feel like I always flaked a lot too. And I'm sorry for that.
A call.
Yo, facts.
And now, like looking back, I'm like, oh, I shouldn't like, did that extra 2 hours of networking really help? Like I would have had so much more fun, like with my friends, you know, going out to like the duck one last time. So yeah.
I remember me and Sam would talk about that pretty often. It's like, oh yeah,
what?
you talked to Ella recently? It's like, no, she's gone. Like she's been like recruiting like all like and like the few times we managed to set up a time, it was just like message us like, oh.
I treasure those times. Yeah. I know I have a call.
Yeah, it was fun times.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I don't regret working hard. I just wish that like I didn't have that constant mindset of like it was kind of toxic too. But yeah, I'm trying to learn and improve myself like in the workplace because I feel like it would kind of happen all over again because like as an entry level person, you kind of want to prove yourself all the time. So I kind of just want to take a step back and remind myself that like enjoy the process too.
Enjoy the process. If you're not happy, there's no point of doing whatever you're doing.
Exactly.
Good point. How about you, Sam? Anything you'll do differently?
I don't know. I think fortunately, I think it's just luck. I don't think it's because I'm like somehow good at it. But I think college went pretty smoothly for me. I think there weren't any like big complaints. But I think the one big thing is probably like Jay, like studying abroad. And I think I got really jealous of other people going studying abroad and like obviously having fun, but just like if you're in like a totally different country, you're kind of forced to learn. It doesn't have to be like educationally, but maybe culturally or whatever. And I feel like it's been a while since like classes, yeah, you still learn, but I think it's been a while since I learned something like big that's like more substantial than just a new topic in your major or anything like that. And I feel like if I went to a different country that I never been before, I feel like there would be like stuff that I would have learned. So
you have a country or a region in mind? If you can go right now.
I don't know. It's hard. It's hard because like
Europe.
I kind of want to go to Europe, but then I feel like I've already visited Europe, although I know studying abroad is different. But I think Asia. I think I wanted to study abroad in Asia, not in Korea, but like maybe Japan or China or like Vietnam or something like that.
I think Singapore. You'll really like Singapore. My roommate.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, with the Singapore, and
I think Singapore
really enjoyed this experience.
It's really expensive.
Yeah, no, I've heard a lot about it. Oh yeah,
but it's good. It's worth it from what I've heard.
Yeah, just don't study abroad when coronavirus is happening because that's exactly what I did. No, but honestly, like with that topic in mind, like even though I was only abroad for less than 5 weeks, it was still an amazing experience. Obviously, it sucks that it happened so fast, but just like it's just so different, and like the amount of people that you get to meet, and it's like so many different people, coming together in one place in a foreign area that I've never personally visited. It was a good experience, and like people always talk about like, oh, but you're gonna lose your semester at Emory, you're gonna miss your friends. But there's like trade-offs to every decision you make, right? Everything's a choice. And yeah, that's not so even though it was 5 weeks, yeah, I'm glad that I went.
Yeah. I mean, like you have FOMO being at Emory, but then imagine how much FOMO they have of you like traveling all over the world, you know? It's like 10 times worse.
Man, now you got me thinking about all my abroad memories.
You still can go back, like and plus you don't have to study this time. You can just travel for fun.
Jay, you were saying something?
Yeah, I was going to ask, how many countries did you go to?
I was in Prague, Czech Republic, for my program. I managed to visit Germany, Poland, and what country was Budapest in? Hungary.
Hungary.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Hungary. And then, yeah, those are the only ones that I visited. And then I had plans to go to Switzerland. I had plans to go to what is it called? Up in not Netherlands, Norway. And also like what is it? New England. I was gonna go to visit a friend. And yeah, didn't get to do any of that, but it's okay. I'll definitely go back. But it's in terms of like just that, yeah, that time where I can like just dedicated and I didn't have to worry about anything else was for sure. Well, now that you all are working virtually, right? How do you feel like if you can kind of compare? We can, and I can share my perspective, and you can share your perspectives on what's more difficult, working virtually or taking online school classes virtually. And Sam and Ella kind of did this, their last part of their second semester. But what do you think?
I mean, I'd say work is easier,
Work
at
is
least for
easier.
me. Yeah. And I think it's because, at least for me, it's like you work, like for me, I work from 9 to 5. It's a typical 8-hour day. After that, it's over. Like I can just drop everything and I can do whatever I want at night.
Mm-hmm.
But with classes, technically you're always on call. Like you have homework, you have projects, you have studying to do.
Right.
And it just feels like as a student, you're never like off, right? You're never like off the clock. I feel like you're always thinking about like, oh, did I study for this? Did I do this homework? Did I do that and that? But with work, like after 5, I'm just like, okay, I'll just think about it tomorrow.
It almost
Yeah.
sounds like that schedule is structured for you once you're graduated. Whereas as a student,
Right.
it's more on your own, right? Outside of your classes, when to study, when to make time
Exactly.
for your personal life, all that.
Exactly. And I think, another big thing is the motivation aspect. It's like with work, like you're getting paid. And it's both a good feeling, but also like I feel like for me at least it has a bigger obligation where I'm like,
Right.
oh, I'm like getting paid to do this. And so I have this duty to like do my work.
Right.
While in school it's just like self-motivation, like, oh, I'm doing this for the goodness of my character and like my development and all that shit.
And you fucking
And
pay
so
for
I
that
think
shit. So there's that too.
and you pay for that self-destruction, which is, it's like you have to go through mental gymnastics to, accept that.
It's true. Ella, how about you? What are your thoughts on virtual working?
I actually haven't started yet.
All
My
right.
start date got pushed to January, but I can speak on behalf of like working over the summer if that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, working over the summer, I think what Sam said is completely true, but it also varies depending on what industry you're in. Because for me, like the work doesn't stop. Like in consulting, like when I get home, like after dinner, I would think about work or like, oh, I have a presentation coming up, so I should like do some stuff after so I don't make a fool of myself the next day. And so I guess it's kind of like homework if you think about it, but it's kind of like it's bigger impact because like it's your career, you know what I mean? Instead of like a letter grade.
Do you feel more pressured by those?
I don't know. I felt like
exams?
there was a lot more pressure on me working.
Okay. Oh.
Oh wait, sorry, can you repeat that? My Wi-Fi is like so unstable.
No, you're fine. I asked.
Hello? Yeah.
You kind of answered it, but if you have more pressure during those like work environments compared to like a big exam that you have at school. And I think her Wi-Fi is.
You're frozen.
Yeah, I think me, Sam, and Jay are just kind of admiring.
Yeah, she's frozen.
Her face is frozen right now.
We can hear her though, right? Can we?
No, I think she's cut and she left.
Oh.
All right.
What about you, Jay?
Oh no.
Yeah, meanwhile, we'll go to Jay. Oh wait, she's back.
I'm back. I'm sorry.
Okay, you're back.
You're
so much better. I'm so sorry. Okay, sorry. What was the question?
No, so I was wondering if there's more pressure on you, whether working virtually or taking exams over school virtually.
Wait, you mean like right now when I'm not working?
Oh no, it's back in the summer.
Oh, it was more pressure.
Yeah, where was the more pressure?
I think it was more pressure working because
Mm,
like I felt like I was in working, like you have a team, that depends on you. And I guess like it'll be different if it's for a group project. But
yeah.
like if you don't study for a test or an exam, like you'll fail yourself as opposed to like your team. So I felt like I was carrying another burden or another load when it came to work. So I would say it's actually more pressure
Good point.
working
I get
than
I
being a
get I
student.
get D's on my exams now, and I don't feel anything anymore. So that's a great point. How about you, Jay? How's it been working virtually?
So working from home is no pressure
I
at all
feel
for
that.
me. Like I'm pretty good with my time management and just getting the job done. But with that being said, I do prefer like school kind of like work. I feel like school was a lot more pressure, but I feel like it was more interesting just because I guess because it depends what class you take. Like you can learn like different things
Right.
and also the people in the class
Mhm.
and something about like challenging myself with tests. I I would study for tests, but I didn't like I would try to my best to study. Like I took it seriously, but at the same time, it was kind of like a game to me, like saying, "Oh, let's see if I can get a high grade in this person or whatever,"
Mhm.
you know. So it was just like more interesting and just like more interactive. I think where just working is just like you know what you have to do and just essentially do the same thing.
Do you like generally speaking, do you like that school environment where you're taking classes and learning from lecturers and stuff?
I do. Yeah, I do.
Uh-huh.
Like not like if it's like a class where it's usually because of the people.
Right.
Like so because like I took a lot of classes with some of my friends,
Hmm.
but like I just felt like I said, it feels more I don't know sociable
Mm.
Mm.
and I don't know it just feels more exciting. And I think also just not having to be like all formal or you can be yourself more,
Hmm.
you know, and you don't have to like you don't have the pressure to try to hope to like try not to offend somebody or hope you say the wrong thing.
Right.
Yeah, so that's my
Would you
answer.
consider going back to school, like for
For
med
grad
school?
school, I have, but probably not.
Yeah.
Maybe down the line, just because I don't want to give them any more of my money. That's one part about school I didn't like. I didn't like the paying part.
Yeah.
But like,
It's
but I feel
expensive.
like that phase of my life is just over. Like I'm just looking forward to like what the future has to offer. I
Hmm.
feel
Mm.
like after like 2 years, I'm kind of used to like being out of school.
Damn, it's crazy though, because when I see like your faces, I mean, I still feel like we're college students. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like I
Sad.
still like because I know you through the things that we did in college. And so, man, that's wild.
Nothing's changed.
Nothing's
Nothing.
changed. Yeah, how we still interact is like how we first met. We still
Mhm.
interact like we're still in Horizon together, and we're sitting. What day? Okay, does anyone remember what day our FG was? Monday, Tuesday,
Tuesday.
or what? Was it Tuesday?
Yeah,
Mhm.
Tuesday,
Oh wow, I'm the
definitely
only
Tuesday.
one. Just kidding.
If Isaac was watching this, he'd be
Oh
like,
man,
SMH.
I actually caught up with him recently, about 2-3 weeks ago.
Oh, how's
How
he
is
How was
he?
doing?
he?
He's doing really well. He came on to a business school's event. It's like a networking night, and I just went just to support a friend who organized the thing. And then I saw Isaac there, and then he saw me there, and we were just like chatting. And I asked him to be like put in a breakout group with him, and we're just talking for like 30 minutes. But he's doing well. He's living with he moved out of his old house, living with some JC people now. Um, but
He's still
same
in
old,
Atlanta.
still same old beard. Yeah, nice smile. You know him.
Yeah, I definitely got to catch up with my old roommate.
Yeah.
I got to.
All right, for the sake of time, I got one last topic that we can chat about, or it's like I guess like a question. But if you can kind of go, if you can tell the current students right now, right, whatever whether they're, from freshmen to seniors, and offer them, one piece of advice as someone who's graduated recently, and also working, in this new COVID world, in this digital world, and be the first ones to be in that world. Um, what kind of advice would you offer? And yeah, just like any last thoughts for them. Anyone can go first.
See, this is like a very difficult question for me because I feel like with the whole online classes, I feel like I would never get used to that,
Yeah.
and it wouldn't. I just feel like it wouldn't feel like college.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what I would say, I guess. I just feel like with this, it really, because I thought about this before, like about some of the kids that like start their freshman year and for them to have to leave school at the end of the year because of COVID and just how that must have affected them. Like, I just feel like if that happened to me, I would have been devastated. So advice I would give it, just keep your head up.
Nice.
Honestly, I would probably just say, because I don't feel like we're going to change anytime soon. Like, I think this is going to be like a long-term thing with the whole Zoom classes. Like, I feel like this
I
is
think so
becoming
too.
normalized.
Mm-hmm.
And I just, like, I don't feel like things, I don't know about you guys, but I don't feel like things will ever be the same.
Yeah, it's definitely a long-term change.
Yeah. So I would just tell them, try to be positive and try to connect with people, even though you're online, and just get ready to go to the real world because it's not going to get any better.
Yeah. While we're on the topic of virtual classes, if any professors are listening right now, I don't know. I just want to say, as a current student learning virtually, we understand that teaching your material in a virtual setting is tough, but I would argue that learning class material virtually is much harder than teaching.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of my professors are treating it's also like our first time, right? They're treating this virtual class as if they're teaching in person, right? They're being just as strict. They're putting just as many like regulations. Where I feel like, especially because it's the first time, they should be a lot more forgiving. It's like more time, where there be more time on exams or like making an open notes, like whatever it might be, just to make it accommodating. Because you like literally anything can happen in a virtual world. You know what I mean? And so, yeah. Because right now I hate the system. They're trying to treat it too real. I'm like, dude, chill. Like,
Yeah, and I feel like I thought about that too. Like, I feel like it must be much more difficult just to stay focused. And
yeah.
I thought about this with like just even younger kids, like
Mm-hmm.
from in kindergarten grade and first grade. Like, this is like, to us, this is not normal, but to them, this is becoming the new normal for them, and they're getting
Sure.
accustomed to this. And if this, like, the longer this stays, I just feel like the whole world is going to like go through a big shift where it's going to be everyone's going to work from home or everyone's going to go to school, and it's
Mm-hmm.
just, I don't know. I think it's just a bad thing.
Better to adjust to it fast now than
Yeah.
later, because it will be the new normal. That's a good point.
Yeah.
But
And
I
a lot of
just,
professors,
Mhm.
oh, go ahead. I was just gonna say a lot of professors forget that like a lot of students don't have access to the same resources or like materials as we do,
Yeah.
like as we did like in college. Like,
Mhm.
I don't know, someone might have very like unstable Wi-Fi at home, like where we can't like, I don't know, do work in the library with like fast Wi-Fi all the time.
Yeah.
And I know like I heard stories about students who like they were taking exams and then their Wi-Fi shut down or their laptop completely froze. And like they got zeros on the exams that they've been studying like hours
Yeah.
for. And that kind of sucks. So then they should just be more accommodating in
I think so too.
general.
Like, even I'm taking this corporate finance class, and I won't say the professor's name, but the dude was like, "Oh, I'm not gonna record any lectures because if I do that, you guys, I want to like be able to speak to you guys, and I don't want you guys to like skip classes on purpose." And I'm like, what a fucking selfish thought. Like, what if like we have students, in the Asia and a bunch of different time zones where it's just not possible sometimes to tune in every time, right?
Exactly.
And if you're teaching virtually, right, it's just harder to receive all the material and understand it. So people who are here can go back and rewatch the lectures, right? So why not make advantage, like you make use of the technology that's available, and and try to make it a little bit easier for us students. But yes, well,
Wait, so they don't record the classes?
no, I actually called him out literally middle of the class. I unmuted myself and I asked him to record. And I gave him those reasonings, and then he started recording now. So he's
Okay.
better. Yeah.
Props to you for doing that and saying something.
I love calling out professors. But it's just funny because I don't put in much
Call 'em
work in the
out.
class. Yeah, but I call him out anyway. Sam, how about you? Any advice for students, whether it be preparing for a virtual world or what they could be doing in college to make the most of it? Anything you like. You're also muted. Oh, okay.
Like virtually, it's hard because like when I took my last semester I took virtual classes and it sucked, man.
Yeah.
Because like when when I go to class in person, I'm just the type of person who doesn't like use like my phone or laptop because
Mhm.
like I paid, like for me it's like I paid for this. Like I'm gonna focus. And even if it's so fucking boring. I just sit there and like I blank out rather than using my phone just for like, I don't know, just because. But yeah, it's definitely hard. So I think it's like you said, Joe, I think it's stupid that professors are taking this so seriously because like you said, this is like completely different. And even if it seems easy, just like just switching, like completely turning your learning experience upside down, it's gonna be hard, even if
Yeah.
it's supposed to be easier.
Yeah.
So I think that's stupid. But so I don't know. I don't know how they can fix that because it's all up to the professors, discretion. I don't know about that. But I would say, I know people say this a lot, but I would say have fun in college because there will never be an instance where you're in a setting, time, and have all the resources to be able to do whatever the fuck you want. And I don't condone illegal behavior, but even that, like you can, with restrictions obviously, but I think it's a time where you can do a lot of things without any worry about other, repercussions.
I think Sam's saying
You know,
try drugs. No, I'm kidding.
but I'm not saying like kill people, or even try drugs, but if that's an experience that you want to try and that you want to learn from, then I don't know. But I think the one big thing is you're never gonna have a setting
Yeah.
where you're gonna have that much freedom. So I think just have fun. And like Ella talked about how I think that's pretty common for all of us where we're just like in this mental state where we have to like set up our careers and just 24/7 be working and working. And that's partially true. We have to. Like we can't be like fucking lazy fucks. But I think we give ourselves too much pressure than we deserve. And I think we can give ourselves some slack. So
Yeah.
go get some booze. If you're legal, go get some marijuana if it's legal. And
Emphasis.
have parties if it's under 10 people. And yeah, dude, just have fun. I already miss it. It's already been only half a year, but I realize how special and privileged that is.
Yeah.
So
You're never gonna get a chance again to, smoke with your FG members. Not that I've ever done that. With
wait, what do you
Sam and
mean?
Ella.
Smoke what? Like
Yeah.
cigarettes?
No, no.
Cigarettes? Oh no,
I,
I
wa-
care about my lungs.
I wanted
I
to
was
ask
not
you.
part of this.
I wanted to ask you guys' opinions. Like, do you still? Because I still feel like we're pretty young. Like, I feel like yes, we're not in college, but it's still possible to have those experiences now. Like, those like experiences with just hang with people, hang with friends. Like, do you guys feel like it's not possible? Like, do you guys feel like it's still hope to have that feeling again, kind of? Or do you
I
feel
think
like it's just over?
I think it is, but it's just like harder. Like emphasis on like when Sam was like, you're never going to be in that setting again where people are just
Mhm.
so close to you, or you can go on spontaneous adventures at midnight
Yeah.
after like, I don't know, cramming
Yeah.
for an exam all day. But it's definitely possible. It's just like much more organization. You also have a lot of responsibility. Like if you're working and stuff, you have to like align PTOs for that to happen. It's rare, but I guess like, yes, you can make it happen.
I think it's a lot more effort, whereas
Yeah.
college is just
Yeah.
right there.
I think it's a lot of effort, but I don't think it ever ends. Like I don't think it's like it's impossible. I think it's just different from now on. Just like the content of it, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like college social life and then adult social life.
Mhm.
I think they're definitely different. But I think it's too pessimistic to say that it's like gone or like done.
Mm-hmm.
But it's definitely different. And
Yeah.
it does take more effort.
Yeah, I think COVID makes things a lot worse. But
Mm.
that's why I was asking like about your roommates. Like, how was it? Like, I guess I was trying to ask that question. Just how, like, does it still feel fun, or is it just like, oh, we all live together and go to work and go to bed? The
Yeah,
second one.
yeah, because like yeah, we're all working and stuff, and by the
Mhm.
time, well, I work remotely, but all of them work in person, and so by the
Mhm.
time they're back, they're pretty exhausted, and so one, they kind of want their own like personal time because they're tired, and second, they go to bed pretty early.
Oh.
And yeah, so all of us don't necessarily like hang out every day, but
Mhm.
just just like those little like talks that you have, like when they come in, like, oh, how's work? And then we like talk for a bit and catch up. It's definitely nice. It helps a lot. Like even if like the conversation's not that deep or that substantial, like just by having someone to talk to, even if it's something about something so dumb, it's
Mhm.
like, oh, like I at least I'm getting some social interaction. Like if
Yeah.
I'm living by myself, I think I'd be alone a lot of the time without not speaking a word because there's no one to talk to.
You can call people on the phone. That's what I do. I talk on the
That's
phone a
true. I don't
lot.
know. Like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I have to get used to that. It's a bad excuse, but I'm just not good at, calling people. And
Yeah.
that's something that I
Mhm.
have to work on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Especially
Sam
as
has
an
never
adult, I
called
think
me.
that's
Hmm?
Sam has never called me either.
Oh, or me.
I know. It's something that I'm really bad at. But I mean, I don't know about all of you, but if I look at my parents, that's basically half their socializing. Now that they can't really see their friends in person, even
Mhm.
before COVID, just because they're all over the world. Now they just call and they like have a phone call for like 2, 3 hours, catch up,
Mhm.
and seems like they enjoy that. So I feel
Mhm.
like I think it's inevitable for us to kind of be like that too, just
Mhm.
because as our careers grow and our life takes us places, it's gonna be harder to us to like keep in touch.
Good point.
But I gotta be better. Gotta be better.
With that being said, we're right on time. So first, I want to thank all three of you for coming on. It was great just catching up and just talking about a bunch of different things. And I hope if you're listening right now, you were able to kind of learn from three students or former students who like study different things, who work in different places and are in very different career paths. So we'll just quickly go around if you want to say any last words or like plug any of your socials for like 20 seconds each.
Our social, like Instagram,
IG, your
LinkedIn.
Twitter, LinkedIn,
Okay, I'll
or
Ooh.
start.
Jay has a lot he can plug his skincare or his podcast. So like
Okay.
really anything. So yeah, Jay, if you want to start us off.
All right. So for you guys listening out there, if you want more of me, you can you can follow me on Instagram at Jonathan Brown I TikTok Jonathan Brown I.
He's got a TikTok. All right.
I got the people love me on TikTok. Um,
Follow you on TikTok.
also I also do a podcast, and Joe and Graciela and Sam are also on it. It's
Woohoo.
called Jay Talking Views from the Sidewalk. Also, if you're ashy or your skin just isn't moisturized, you can shop my skin cream at
Yes.
erisusco.com. ERISUSCO.
Your skin's been glowing these days, by the way.
Mhm.
Oh, thank you so much.
It's a living testimony.
Yep. Okay, I can go next. I don't have a skincare beauty line, but you can follow me on IG at graciela.tmo. Connect with me on LinkedIn if you want to network or
Hey,
learn
yeah.
about consulting or the tech-ish space. You can also follow. I recently got a puppy. You can follow her on Instagram too at
Oh, I did not.
Corgi Kaya.
I
You got a
didn't.
puppy?
You got a
You got a
corgi?
corgi?
How do you
Yeah,
spell?
I
How do you
got a
spell?
puppy.
How do you spell the Kaya?
Kaya at Corgi Kya.
Oh,
He's
okay.
Oh.
currently 10 weeks old. Yeah.
Oh, it's nice.
Well, she's actually
Dude,
she.
very cute. Yeah, it's a she.
She's really cute.
This is adorable. Wait,
Yeah,
like
you can follow my.
your family got the dog
Yeah,
or you?
my family got the dog.
Oh, that's
Me and my
adorable.
brother. Yeah, she's a pain right now though. We're potty training
Oh
her
yeah, it's
and
always
teaching her
Oh
all the
tough.
my
tricks.
God.
She
You have
sleeps
a
like a human.
you have a new follower.
Yes.
Yeah, I followed you too.
Yeah. I post more there than I do on my regular Insta now. So if you want to keep up with me, follow Corgi
Corgi
Kaya.
Kaya.
Wow.
Mhm.
Okay. How about you, Sam? Any?
I mean, I'm not that active in social media, but my Instagram is it's the Sam Ham. SISSASAMHAM. So follow me there. Yeah, I mean, I usually share photos there. Well, not anymore, but I have a link. My Visco, woo! But I don't have that link anymore because I have the Black Lives Matter link. So
Sam takes great photos as former president of, is it Photo Club? What is it called?
That's how Emory
Oh,
Photo
Emory?
Club.
Emory Photo
Stuff
Club.
like that.
So I'm sure
Dude.
sometime pictures will be coming soon on his Instagram.
wait,
All
I
my
know you
headshots.
have to. I know we're ending this, but like you can edit this out in the podcast. But
Okay.
dude, Photo Club's dead. I mean, and I heard almost all clubs are dead because of COVID.
I
Is
mean,
that true?
Makes sense. I have no idea, dude.
Wait, Joe, are you guys going back in person in spring?
No.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, we don't know yet. Is a better answer. They haven't mentioned anything about spring semester so far. So I assume
But
maybe
it seems like
in November they'll say
Mhm.
something.
seems like they did a pretty good job though with this semester with just bringing in the freshmen.
Yeah.
And so I feel like they like use that as like a good excuse to open it back up. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, they let the
It's
freshmen
horrendous,
go
though.
only.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they did a pretty good job, I heard.
I'm gonna wrap this up
Yeah,
and
the
then we can
clubs
talk
are.
more if we want to. But yeah, thanks so much for
Yeah,
coming,
and
all.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us.
This is
Yeah,
I
of
think it's the
course.
third episode. So if you enjoyed this episode, go check out my previous ones. There's definitely more coming soon. But thank you three again. And wait, why am I
Let's
waiting?
stay in touch.
Yeah, stay in touch.
Sayonara.
Stay in touch.
Hey,
Dude, you should have an outro. You should have an outro. Stay in touch.
stay in touch.